Yeah. We live in effect. Y'all know what it is. Happy Sunday. But y'all know what time it is. It's beautifully Nana.
Hey guys, we back in the building again.
Hey,
Excited as ever.
y'all know who it is. It's TK the Poet. You already know it. So you ain't got to quote it. If I spoke it, you already know what that means. Y'all wrote it. I'm gonna go ahead and play this intro real quick because y'all know how we give it up. Let's go. Yeah. We back, we live in effect. Hey, we have people in the backstage. I'm gonna bring up one of the judges. Y'all know who she is. She's giving up with the baddest scores of the land. She call it how it call it. It is what it is. Let me bring y'all to the stage, Miss Tiffany. Hey, y'all know what it is.
Hey.
Hello, ladies and gents.
Mm.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
How are you feeling today?
I
What you do
feel,
today?
besides homework and cater to my mental needs.
Mm.
That's a plus always.
Mm-hmm.
Always self-care is a plus.
Yes.
So, how do you feel about last week's round? The scores. You wasn't here. You didn't get a chance to come on Wednesday. So, was you here Sunday? I wasn't here Sunday. Were you here Sunday?
No, she wasn't here
Okay, so you didn't get to come Sunday either. So scores came out. I think a couple people had a couple things to say about it. So how did you just overall, feel about the poets and the submissions?
Ah, man, where do I begin? Um, some poems were okay. It was just the audio and the production of the poem that kind of killed it
Okay.
for me. Some people got petty this round. I mean, I thought
Mm.
the topic was to make people laugh, not to create diss tracks and insult others. But that's just my opinion on it.
So you didn't think it was hilarious? Because I
Mm.
look, I laughed. I laughed.
Well, she was just talking about them in general. So,
Mhm.
I mean, but that's it. You go with that messy stuff. We ain't even got
I know
there yet.
some
Boy,
I'm
we
just
trying to
saying.
warm up
Look,
first, boy.
I'm
Look
just
at you.
saying. Look, I'm not a part of the
Jesus.
judging. I ain't
Told
tired
you.
of the. I'm not tired to the post.
We
So
ain't even 30 seconds
Hey,
in.
But you like being petty on the sidelines, though.
Man, a little bit.
Petty. I'm just speaking the truth.
Petty grass.
Oh man.
Okay. Anyhow. All right. So which one was your best out of the week? Everybody, of course, has a favorite.
Oh, the Dawn.
The Don.
Dawn. Okay. What about hers that you like?
It was relatable. Her punchlines were very unique. I love the instances that she had used to describe how broke she is. And baby, let me tell you, we've all been there. I'm going through it right now.
Look,
I'm always
Definitely.
broke.
Definitely. So
I have no money.
it was definitely good. I enjoyed it as well. So let's go ahead and dive right on into it since it's like the elephant in the damn room. Mr. Finn the Human. I think last week you gave a bad boy a 13, something like that. I'm not sure. It was low. It was low in the game. I know that. So this is not last week's, is it? No, okay. I'm not prepared. But I mean, you have your scores. You can defend what you gave him.
I
But
can.
but the controversy was what did you not like about it or you dislike? So just your opinion in general.
Because 13 is a low score.
I don't know if it's a 13. Don't quote that. Okay.
I don't think it was a 13.
Look at him being petty. Okay. Just
Well, scratch what TK is saying. I made it very clear the last live that I was on that the contestants need to take the critiques that we are giving them to make their next entry where it needs to be to where you can win. And I just felt like Finn has not gotten over his previous scores. Like, I get it. It might not have been the scores that you wanted, but that was the opportunity for you to take what you heard and turn those critiques into a positive energy. And I just feel like he didn't do that. You're still mad. I'm gonna need you to get over it, sir. So respectfully, I just like lyrically, yes, he got it. If anybody ever needs help on a diss track, call Finn because he got it.
He got a rebuttal for everything. It's my boy.
Hey, but it was fire though. Yeah. It was fire.
Like I said, I think I gave him a 5 for lyric ability because it was fire, but it wasn't what we were looking for. I wasn't laughing at all. I low key felt like, okay, is he trying to throw some jabs? Do we need to have a live? Is there something you want to get off your chest, dear sir?
I mean, it's a lot that he want to get off his chest. Hey, if you was here on the if you speak his name, he will come. If you speak his name, he will come. Finn the Human, the current champion of poetry life. He's here.
Hey, my boy, how you doing today? Happy Sunday, sir.
I was taking a nap. I thought I heard somebody talking about me. So
he can hear it in his sleep, boy.
No, I got a question though, Miss Tiffany. Where was the diss? Where did you hear an insult? Where was I being petty? I would just like you to tell me where I was being disrespectful or petty or anything.
I feel like you were being petty because you kept bringing back your old scores. You kept talking about the substance. You kept talking about, in my opinion, I just felt like you were throwing kind of shade based off of what the judges' critiques were from previous rounds. So right.
I said in the live, you weren't a part of the live, but in the live, I said, yes, I'm going to go back and kind of go over my experience through the tournament. That's what it was. And I said that I was going to do that, and I said that it's going to be like a judgment day. It's going to be this. I said what it was going to be beforehand, but I thought I kept it very clean. I thought that I kept it very truthful and honest. And I'm not complaining about my scores because you're going to score what it is. But I mean, the 13 is the lowest score that's ever been given to anybody ever in the history of poetry life.
I mean, that is a fact. 13 is.
I mean, well, you know, to help my fellow judge out, I'm trying.
No help needed. Like I said,
first of all, that's not true. It was some 13s given out in previous rounds. We're not going to do that. It's not. It was, and I think I was the first, but it doesn't matter who did it. It regardless, you know, the score is a score, as he says. And that's just how she felt. I mean, it is. Yeah. Everybody has to agree to disagree. But you know, you've been light about it, and I can really say that with
if that's how you felt, but I just want to know the reason, because what I'm hearing from you was what it sounded like you just said, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but what it sounded like you just said was I was being petty, or you thought I was being petty, so you were trying to humble me.
No. I wasn't trying to humble you for being petty. The objective was, according to TK, it had to be something that made us laugh. So I didn't laugh at all. I literally listened to it and I said, it almost sounds like this is a diss track, which was not the assignment. So that's why you got a low score. I never did anything to humble you, Finn. You don't have to humble yourself, sweetheart. You do it every time you enter poetry life, every time that you, even if it's not going on through the competition, as I spoke to TK as well as Nana about. Yes, you have improved a lot, especially lyrically, from the time that you first started in the first poetry life up until now. I even said in previous critiques, like, okay, yes, you're good, but you're playing it safe. I get that you are the winner, but there are people that's coming for your crown. And of course, I'm still trying to guess who's going to get to battle TK, because right now, all three of y'all are neck and neck. As far as who gets to battle him. So I was just trying to remind you, like, hey, I need you to step it up. A lot of judges have too. So when the time comes for you to step it up, I just felt like you didn't understand the assignment. When it comes to me, I can't speak for every other judge.
I mean, and again, that's her feeling. I particularly like the poem. I found it witty and funny, but my sense of humor is, I'm a smart ass, so I can see why. I mean that's why I got it, because we are very controversial and smart asses. We always got something to say, sly. So that's probably why I thought it was a little bit hilarious. And I didn't even relate, like she sort of say mine was exclusive. That's kind of how my reaction was with exclusive. I couldn't relate. I couldn't kind of get with it, and it was a little lost to me. So I definitely can understand. We all had our favorites and our dislikes, or whatever the case may be, because everybody's sense of humor is different. So what we thought funny, somebody might not think it's funny, but everybody has their own feeling about it. Oh, look at that! I spoke her name right on up. Look, here's your warning. Here's your warning. We coming in. Look at her. She ain't got no bonnet on her. Good to go. She been to church today, y'all. Look at her. How you doing today? Happy Sunday, love.
Not with the church.
Happy
I love the
Sunday.
church.
All is well.
What you do this Sunday? Look, you look blessed.
Church.
I knew it.
That's a church hairstyle too.
Yeah,
I love
it
it.
Oh my God.
You look
Is that
blessed
what it
today.
is?
I just
It's
felt
the
that energy.
ponytail?
Yeah, I felt that energy.
You got the
I
candy
can
in
dig
your
it.
purse.
Yeah. I don't know what I have in my purse, but yeah, I definitely was stretched out on somebody past their little corner today. So yeah. Yeah, I was putting
Right.
that work in for all parties involved.
That's good. Amen to that. So, how do you feel about last week's round since Miss Tiffany is here? Did you have any words for her?
My little feelings was crushed, but it's okay. I'm bouncing back. It's all right. I I felt I don't know. I felt touched. And I guess in a place where you were starting to feel untouchable, not saying in a conceited way, but I just never thought I would be that low. So yeah, it definitely was a reality check, but nonetheless, it also was motivation. So we just going from here.
Okay. Most
So, Miss
definitely.
Tiffany, for this next round and these next submissions, what are you looking for? Since they have you on this live.
Before I get into that real quick, let me just say something exclusive. And to Finn. None of this is to hurt anybody's feelings. I have mutual respect for everybody who enters poetry life, especially TK and Nana, because I had the ability to be a judge. This is my second time judging. So it's not to hurt anybody's feelings. I see great things in every last one of y'all, and Dawn too, but she's not here. So this is not to break you down. It's to shape and mold you to where y'all need to be. Because let me tell y'all something. I don't know who's going to win this. Like I said, I'm still thinking about it. It's undecisive of who's going to win. But y'all are going up against TK. I need y'all to understand that's not an easy task. So we need to get you ready. So don't think of it as me trying to tear y'all down. I'm preparing y'all for battle. Because there can only be one of y'all. It's down to 3. And out of 3, only one of y'all will be chosen to go against TK. So exclusive, as far as your scores go, I understood the assignment with what you were trying to do. You know, you kicking it with your homegirl and you trying to tell her about the night that you had. The camera was so far back, I really couldn't see you or her. I felt like that there should have been a cameraman involved instead of the camera being on a stand. Then when I'm trying to hear the punchlines and hear the jokes, I get it. Your friend was supposed to laugh at the jokes, but the laugh was so much, it's like I couldn't hear the punchline. I couldn't hear what was supposed to make me laugh. So, like I said, I just felt like that's something that could have been touched on. And that's something that we have mentioned in previous recordings. Like, hey guys, if you guys are going to set up that scene to make it, look like, that y'all are trying to do play-ons, then we need to be able to see y'all. The camera needs to be a good camera quality. There needs to be good lighting if that's the approach that you're going to take.
Okay. Any rebuttals?
Okay, before you answer my next question, we're gonna bring up one of our poets that did not continue on, but we love her all as well. She is a part of the poetry team, Miss Nikki Royale. Hey, lady, happy Sunday. Can you hear us? I think you got to mute it, babe.
Sorry, I had you guys muted. Hey, happy Sunday.
Did you? How are you doing? How was your Sunday?
Busy. I have a daughter who is an aspiring model, and I'm always doing that.
Okay. It's always a blessing. Shout outs to the baby and her modeling. But Miss Tiffany, since we did have you on here, you want to go ahead and finish with what you looking for from the contestants?
Oh, yeah, sure. What's the next topic? I'm trying to keep up with the topics. I got school going on. Everybody knows that.
Well, the topic poem for the second round of the 3-round bout is what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So, what you think about that?
When I hear the topic, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, I'm thinking of something comical, but some type of storytelling.
Okay, we're gonna have to throw out another disclaimer before we go into judging. Mr. Finn did already warned us that he has never been to Vegas. Okay, so when he goes to throw his stuff out, we can't judge him too much because he's never been there. So he's going based off of movies and stuff. So
I mean, I've never been to Vegas either. So baby, use your imagination.
There you go. So.
Finn, I've never met you, but your first poem definitely tapped into my imagination. So I know what you're capable of, sweetheart. So that's okay if you've never been to Vegas.
Miss Nikki Royale, since you've been in the competition last, have you been keeping up with what's been going on?
I have not, you guys. I have to be I've been so busy with the child. But I have to catch up, definitely.
All right. Well, it's not too much I can go on that one then.
I know.
Mr. Finn, it's okay. Mr. Finn, what is your direction on it? Have you thought about it? I know you say you're just gonna write in the moment, but have you sketched anything down since we last talked?
No, I mean, like I said, my mind's always thinking, but I haven't proposed to anything yet. So,
all right,
okay. So I had a question. This came to me like about 10 minutes ago. I was just thinking about like what question can I ask them? So this is the question first to Phineas. What does winning champion of Portrait Life mean to you?
I don't know. That's a hard question. I don't know. I mean, it's obviously it's a hard tournament to go through. So it kind of it's challenging in your in the ways that you have to write and in the concepts and the ideas that you have to come up with, and so it is a growing experience. So not necessarily winning it, but I mean just getting to the last round and being able to complete the whole process has been a fun journey. So
okay. So exclusive. Winning poetry, the tournament, champion of poetry, like that title, that belt. What does that mean to you?
I think for me, it's as simple as standing or stepping out of my comfort zone and getting straight on the launching pad with other people that I consider fire and just seeing how far we can take off. Like at this point, I'm on go. I think the closer we get to the end, the more I drop that fear factor, taking in every piece of advice. I'm starting to catch fire. So now it's just like no matter where we at, what's next? Let's get to the next. Let's get to the next. I think once this is over, it's only going to it's not going to be quenched. It's a spark, literally. So I'm going to now be hungry for what's next and what's after, how to perfect, how to do all of those things. Sorry, how to do all of those things. So I'm just looking forward to what it produces, what it has been producing, and what it's yet to produce. I'm excited.
Okay. So I gotta ask Tiffany. It's the same question, but in a different form. So, what is being a judge in this tournament, this hardcore tournament, the tournament of 10 poets? What does that mean by you judging this tournament and picking a winner for champion of poetry life?
It's an honor to me. It's a hard job to have. Probably one of the hardest jobs I've ever had, being a judge. But of course, I know it's a lot harder for people who are actually in the competition. I actually wish I was as talented as you guys are, but I'm not. I wasn't blessed with words. So, but I mean, it has its perks. I get to meet some very awesome people, but at times like such as this, it can get hard because sometimes you really have to judge people. And I know, sometimes you could be considered the good cop, you could be considered the bad cop, but it must be done.
I don't want you to feel like that. I don't want you to feel like you're the bad person, or I'm trying to be like judgmental on what you scored. I just want to know the reasons for it. So when I'm questioning it, I want you to stand by what you said. And the only way to grow and learn what you're saying is if you actually speak on it. So if you give me a really low score and then don't show up for 2 weeks, and I'm just sitting there like, what happened?
Wait a minute. I mean, I didn't show up for 2 weeks because, as I mentioned, man, I'm in school and it's my senior year. So with it being
again, I'm not attacking you. This is not me attacking you. This is me saying that it's okay for me to question what you had to say. It's okay for me to want to know, like, what was it? It's okay for me to say, like, okay, she didn't understand what I was saying or where I was going with it. Why? What did I miss? And it's okay for me to have those questions. So this is not a judgment against you or a judgment against what you're doing here. It's just me wanting to be better at my craft.
Yes, I do want you guys to be better. As I try to I do apologize for missing, like I said, these last two video podcasts because I'm typically always here, but my mentors and all these important people they want me to meet in my industry uptown, it's tough, guys. When I get home, I'll be so tired.
Yes, I already know. So I'm gonna ask the same question to the beautiful Nana.
I was so trying to get out of this. For me in my realm, I mean, it's something totally different. This is my first year to be graced. It's very hard. I'm not gonna say. I am gonna say it's very hard, and it's very hard for me on just not being in the poetry realm and sitting down and listening to you guys' words and just feeling them and being in a different place of judging. Mine is probably coming from how it makes me feel, or if I can relate most of the time to it. Also because, as we all know, my husband does this craft, so I'm constantly being around my husband. So I do sometimes compare, and you have to remove yourself from that. So I have learned from that as well, to like just trying to keep it as pure as we possibly can, giving everybody's opinions and making sure that we understand that everybody has an opinion or everybody feels differently, and that's what makes the world go round, and it's perfectly fine. You just always or two need an understanding about how someone feels because you don't necessarily understand somebody. So I get it. And again, it's hard being on the judging side, and it's hard, I know, definitely being a contestant. As Tiffany said, I was not graced with words, but other things. So you just got to take it from that. I mean, it's an honor. It's something new. It's great. With being in this competition, it's made me tap into other things that I want to do. Shout out to my new podcast, Beautifully Us. Y'all tune in. Okay. I had to throw my stuff out there.
Go ahead, throw your commercial in,
okay.
Go ahead.
I got it. But that's it. So I definitely say listening to you guys made me want to voice my opinion more, do a different platform for the women in this industry, women in general. No shots to you men, but I will have them on there. But just to say it's opened my eyes up tremendously, and I enjoy it. And thank you guys.
Okay, and this is a question to the judges. Now, this is the what's Eric Curry? He said if you can get ready to come on in about a couple more minutes, so I'm gonna ask him his opinion when he come on the stage. But the question is, this is the final round. Do you think the judging is gonna be more difficult knowing this is the final round and whoever have the highest score wins the tournament? Do you think this is the hardest judging round that they have to come to?
Speaking for me, this should be the easiest because why? We know them. We have traveled with them for 7 weeks now. It's going to be 7 weeks at the time. So we have gotten to learn them. We have gotten to throw our opinions at them, our criticism, our kindness, everything to uplift them or to make them grow at this moment, and have seen these poets change and be even better in their craft coming into this. So for me, I think it'll be easy if they do what they're gonna do. I mean, it's all up to them. If you go out here and you do what you say, again, my boy Finn, exclusive, y'all come out here and do what y'all said. It should speak for itself in y'all work. So I'm hoping
about the scoring.
Sure.
So
Sure.
since there's 3 poets on the 3-poem round, if each poet wins 1 round, does it go into like a tie? Like how is the actual scoring actually gonna what determines the actual winner?
So just say it goes 1-1. Let's say each poet wins a round.
Right.
Okay, so what we do then is total up the total score of each round, and whoever had the highest score combined is the winner.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, from all previous rounds.
No, from the last 3 rounds of the tournament.
Rounds,
yeah. I thought you were talking about all together. Like,
no, okay. Rounds.
Yeah.
It's previous.
But yeah, that was how it would go. I mean, we'll just add up all 3 rounds, and whoever had the highest score in all 3 rounds will be champion of Portrait Life. Now, if it's a landslide, that's different. You know?
I mean, somebody wins 2 or 3 in a row. Yeah, that's it.
That's it.
I was just curious about that.
So it's like I said, it's all a toss up because between 3 people, like I know someone had questions like, "Oh, why is 3 people this time, not 2?" I think it gives a little bit more edge because now you don't know who might win. And 1v1, it's a 50-50, but now it's 3 people. So it's kind of like now you got to be really competitive now.
Oh, no, get your percentages in with 3 people. You 50-50 in it with 2 people. Get your percentages in with 3.
Okay.
Math.
Like more is more difficult.
Well, I think it definitely makes you work for it.
Look.
I mean, at the end of the day, I don't think this particular competition this year was easy for anybody at all. The talent was all over the board. I mean, it was crazy for me. Definitely up and down and gross. But Miss Tiffany, what was your how's your take on your judging about this? Is it difficult for you? Easy? How do you feel about it?
It's never easy. It's never easy. And I feel like adding a 3rd person. I mean, I still have nightmares about last year because that final round, I was splitting hairs, guys, and I was the last person to submit my scores because I just could not make a decision when it was Heidi versus Finn. But at the end of the day, I could not deny Finn. So, and that was a tough one. Like TK had to look for me.
Look, I was like,
oh, she think I'm playing. She think she better answer too.
I remember that because TK had posted the scores without your score, and so it looked like I lost. And so Heidi was all like, "Oh, I won," and then I'm like, "Oh, yeah, she won! Congratulations!" And TK is like, "Oh shit." Yeah, so it was.
Hey, I keep it spicy. I keep it spicy. You never know what's going on. But yeah, that was kind of crazy because like you said, Heidi, she thought she won. She was like, yeah. Then I entered in that final score and feel like, oh, okay, no, I won. Like, yeah, we here. But Finn, I did find, I don't know if you've seen it or not, that I seen an old poem that you did. I know you was talking about you started out like doing jokes, then you got into your poetry.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you see that one that I tagged you in, one of your old poetry bouts?
Yeah, I saw that, man. That was I hadn't seen that in years, so that was a fun throwback to watch. But yeah. No, that's what I was talking about, doing some of the comedy stuff with it and going to the different open mics and stuff. It kind of gave you stiffer legs for the live performance and stuff. So
yeah, most definitely. And I do my research. That lets you know that I'm searching everything. I'm searching everything on everybody. I need to see who's gonna be my competition. So if I'm digging that deep, I'm doing extensive research.
Well, I ain't hear nothing you said, and I don't know if that's my audio going out, or the microphone going off. But
Yeah, did y'all hear me? Did everybody else hear me?
Oh, I heard you.
I think he heard you too, but you know.
Oh,
TK
okay.
over here running background checks.
What's the man credit score?
His credit score is a 232.
Damn. Okay. Poor Finn.
it went up
Shit.
5 points.
Okay, look at him. He said he closed at a cap. That's some good stuff.
But you know, going to this fourth round, do y'all think this is the hardest round to write, or are y'all comfortable? Like, okay, I made it this far. Only thing I can do is write up from here.
I don't know. I mean, for me, it's business as usual. The freestyles make it interesting because you have no idea where the other person, what the other poets are going to be. So you know, I might be on some really deep emotional stuff, and somebody else might be on some goofy stuff, and you know, it just depends on what the judges relate to at that point. So that's what makes it interesting. I think the
Yo, shut up!
Okay.
Damn it! No.
No, I'm playing. No, so for me, it's just I think the topic ones are easier in the final rounds because everybody has to kind of stick to the same theme. So
Right.
the freestyle makes it more interesting and just like, I wonder what other people are gonna do.
Yeah, because that's the most craziest thing because you don't know what to expect.
Right.
So top around, you're like, okay, I just gotta outright them in this topic. Okay, cool. But
Yeah, but
the unknown.
And then somebody could pull something from out their bag that they've had memorized for 5-6 years, and then just have the perfect performance on something they've performed multiple times and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean it's up in the air. It makes it interesting. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I would do if I had something like, oh, this poem fire. I know this by heart. Yeah, this is gonna kill them. Yeah, I'm gonna enter that in. I mean, the whole world haven't heard it. So, if I got it memorized and nobody really just heard it, oh yeah, I'm throwing that in there. I'm gonna perform the hell out of it. I'm gonna make sure I win that round. Facts. So, oh, did we? Oh, okay. I thought the computer glitched for a second, but
You got some glitches going on.
did you say what?
Nothing.
You're beautiful.
Well, on that note,
All right. I'm
head
gonna
out.
go
I
myself. I
appreciate
gotta
y'all. I
go.
appreciate the judges. Y'all are doing a great job. I know it's difficult, and I look forward to competing in this last round. So,
All right,
Okay.
Mr. Finn, well, you have a great Sunday and a beautiful week. We'll see you next week.
all right.
But I do have some poetry. Do y'all want to spit any poetry exclusive? You got any throwaway poems you want to spit?
Of course not.
She said, of course not. Why would I let them give them a leg up on what I'm gonna do? Okay, I got you.
Not at all. I gotta keep that to myself in case
There
I
you
need
go.
to pull that out the back
The bag.
pocket.
There you go.
Okay.
Don't give
I
all your
will tell
secrets
you
away.
that I have started the one that will be presented to Finn without using the word the.
Waiting on it.
So
I can't
I
wait.
have started on it.
Okay. So I have a question for Miss Tiffany before we get out of here. I know that you're not a poet, but you do write papers, essays, reports, and stuff like that. So in your writing, in that lane, how do you approach it? Or you just writing to just, oh, I'm gonna go ahead and get the job done, or you trying to craft a masterpiece with your writing? Because it's almost like it's all the same when you're doing poetry, writing essays, especially when you turn it in as a grade, or you trying to be at your best in writing.
Absolutely. I mean, writing thesis papers is my forte. Man, I hope my parents don't see this, but it's kind of how I paid my way through school. I would write people's papers for them.
Okay. Okay. Hustle. Hey, she's a ghostwriter. Hey, if y'all need any ghostwriting, go ahead hit up Miss Tiffany. She's a ghostwriter. So so you must be really good for people to trust you with a thesis and stuff like that.
Yes.
So okay, walk me down the process of your writing, like writing a paper. Do you do a lot of research or you going off your mental? What is that process?
It's a little bit of both. Of course, I mean, bottom line is your paper has to have plenty of evidence.
Okay.
You definitely have to do your research depending on what topic it is. You have to have your resources because maybe they don't play about plagiarism out here at all.
Mm, 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 So it's more it's a lot critical because
Yes,
they fact check.
absolutely.
So okay, with you with this mindset of you writing papers and stuff like that, do you kind of imply that when you judging, when you
Yes.
reading? Okay, okay, mm, okay.
I mean, like I said, man, we're always being judged, especially like I said, whether there's competition or in school in general. Uh, when I write my papers, sometimes my professor will leave feedback on those papers. So the next paper that I have to do, I have to apply that feedback. Sometimes it be like minor stuff, and sometimes like I actually had a professor call me out. I'm not
Mm,
gonna lie, I was a little tired, but he could tell it was not my best work.
mm,
So respectfully, he did let me know like the reason why I deducted you and why you got such a low score because I know you BS this paper.
mm,
Written all over the place that you BS'd it, and this is not your best work. So if you keep this up, you won't pass. So
mm,
it definitely woke me up.
So what was your hardest critique?
Okay. You talking about in school or just in life in general? Are we really
In school, in school.
okay? I'm sorry. My hardest critique that I got in school was there was a paper that I had to write on the justice system.
Mm,
And I didn't want to turn it in because I had to present and and just basically talk about this paper in front of the class. And I didn't want to do it because I knew there were a lot of people in that class who were very political. It was a lot of Republicans in that class, man.
mm,
And I purposely did not turn that paper in out of fear of what people would think of me.
mm,
So when my professor found out why I didn't turn it in, he gave me my biggest critique when he said, "Stop being fearful of the world. You have a voice, and that is a privilege." And I didn't understand what he meant, so he had to dive a little deeper. And he said, "There are people in this world who wish they can be in a classroom, who can even go to college, let alone speak their mind about the problems that we're having in the world."
mm,
And I mean, of course, not one person alone can change the world. It takes everyone. It takes
mm,
your voice and my voice. So
mm,
he said, respectfully, stop being a coward because you're not saying
mm,
anything.
mm,
You are just as guilty as anybody else who don't want things to change because you're not
mm.
speaking up and saying what's on your mind.
Man, that is some powerful words. I'm like a hold you. Even that going towards poetry, you holding back because you worry about what people may say or how they feel and stuff like that, and just like express yourself. If they gonna rock with you, they gonna rock with you. If they not, they not. You know. And one thing, in one of my poems, I said, um, you only lose when you give up.
Mm-hmm.
So if you never turn in your paper or never speaking your words, then you taking yourself out the game. People not gonna try to understand or hear the words, the great words that you have to say. Like exclusive, like you have depth and substance in your material.
Mm-hmm.
Like you touch a lot of people with your words. And the thing is, just think about if you decided not to do that. A lot of people fell in love with your work during this tournament. They reading your work, they hear your words, and like, man, I really feel that, I touched that. And now if you would have decided not to do that, then the people wouldn't hear your great words. But you can go ahead and go take her if you need to take her. So I know they yelling. But But like I was saying though, like it's a hard job,
Mhm.
but great minds we push through that. you know. And like I said, exclusively how your mind works, the analogies, and the like the transparency. You can people can see themselves in your work, and like I said, that feeling is wonderful. I had when was at Fouché? Shout out to Fouché in Arlington. This young kid, he came up to me like, man, your poem made me cry. Like, man,
Mm.
I can really relate, to your poem and stuff like that. He like, man, your poem really touched me. And I'm like, wow, like, I didn't think I would have that type of effect. But your words are very powerful. If you choose not to use your words, then what power do you have?
Hmm. Well, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and leave. I got kids to tend to and get ready for school. Thank God spring break's over. Mrs. Exclusive, I hope to see you Saturday. Bye, loves.
Actually, on Saturday you won't see me. I'm flying home on Saturday, so I'll be up in the air while you guys are at dinner. I don't get into like 11 at night,
Oh,
so
Oh,
okay.
just keep me in your thoughts and prayers for
I
a safe
definitely
return
will.
home. I already know it's going to be what it is, but yeah, I'll be back in
Well,
Texas
safe
on
travels, my love,
Saturday.
and we will talk to you when you return. Mwah.
Yes, ma'am.
I got a question for you. How long is that flight?
Two and a half
Oh, it's not that
two and a half
bad.
hours. Yeah, it's not that it's bad. It's just the time changes in the
Oh
air.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's a longer flight really.
Yeah, so technically it's like 3.5 hours, I
Oh,
feel
okay.
like, because you get
Yeah.
up in the air at 9 and you
Mm-hmm.
land at 11, but technically it's midnight here.
Right. And
So it's
that's
just an
how I
all
felt when I was
days.
going to Ohio. When I was flying to Ohio, the time
Hmm.
difference and saying, I'm like, hold on, it's still kind of early. I can still
Hmm.
party a little bit. But
Yeah, so
yeah,
I'm trying to cram in all right, y'all, this will be the last time I see you before I get you up out of here. Trying to cram in all that stuff. I've been here for like 3 weeks already and still feel like I haven't even tapped into a third of half the stuff I need to tap into. But all is well. I can't stay for too long. I'll stay my welcome and my patience. So
most definitely,
time for me to
most
get back
definitely.
up in the air and get back to me. Get back to my assignment. This one.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. But hey, I wanted to run a couple poems by y'all. Some poems that y'all never heard. This is some throwaway poems that I do have that I really don't put in my archive, but I feel like they are great poems and stuff like that. But I would really love for y'all to give me y'all thoughts on them, if
Go
that's
ahead.
okay with y'all.
Hmm.
Cause y'all know I make it do what it do, baby. On some Ray Charles stuff. But the first one that I have that I'm going to present to y'all is hold on, where did it go? Hold on for a second. Okay. So the first one that I have is called Faithfulness. Faithful, I ain't never been. No matter how much I wanted to, I always looked after my sins. See, I never thought that you'd turn your back on. Hold on, let me restart that. Hold on. I was looking at two different screens. Got confused for a second. Faithful, I ain't never been. No matter how much I wanted to, I always looked at after my sins. Even though you never turned your back on me, I still turned mine. I don't even know why you put your life online. I know it wasn't just for me, it was for everybody. But it seemed like you chose me. So what do you want out of me? See, I'm disloyal, I'm truthful, I'm faithful to the lies I told you just to see better days. Don't you see how I'm engulfing my selfless ways? But you paid the way for me to get closer to you. So what do I have to do and give up to stand next to you? My pride, I will set that aside, praying that you replace it with the confidence to trust. But not only in you, but trust I can stand the test of time. See, it's a must that I rely on you. Because walking on water only happened on thin ice. And thin ice is just ain't nothing but thin ice. And thin ice is just illusion of something that wasn't solid. And Father, I need something solid. So place my feet on solid ground if I can stand on your word like concrete. You gave music to a soul child, so teach me how to love, trust, and commit. Because without that, I know my faith would be nothing but nothing more than a mustard seed. I know I got to pray and watch the scribes and Pharisees, even though they know the law, to persecute me by my righteous belief. So I got to believe in thee and the things I can't see. And once I do that, I know my faith will be more than a mustard seed. Faithfulness. Hold on. Oh,
That's
so
a
what
up
y'all?
to a thing. I like that.
So
That's a
yeah,
warm up.
that's a warm up.
I feel like that's a warm up too. Because it starts off with a okay, okay, and then it gets hotter and higher, and then it just explodes at the end. I feel like that thing just warms itself up.
And like that poem faithfulness, like when I wrote it, it just popped in my mind, faithfulness. And thing is, like, I'm saying that I'm faithful, but I'm not, you know, because it's one line that I had in one of a song that I did a long time ago. They say we ask for help, but do we really need it? When we read your word, do we really believe it? Because if we did, we wouldn't feel like this. We wouldn't live like this. We wouldn't have to risk. So, and me thinking that when I wrote that poem on faithfulness, like the lies I told you just to see better days. Don't you see how I'm engulfing myself as ways? Because I know I don't know, I can't speak for everybody else, but I know I've been in some time like, Lord, man, you get me out of this jail this one time, I promise I'll be going to church 7 days a week. And next week, but that was that poem on faithfulness. Tiffany, what you think? What's your thoughts?
It's always nice to get inside your head, especially when it comes to your poetry. I really like this one that you kind of tapped into what a lot of men weaknesses are, and that's lust.
Mm-hmm. No,
So I really like that. Really like that. Like the play on words, I like the flow. I'm really scared for who this one-on-one competition with you and the championship. Baby, this would be a Super Bowl.
look. Hey, these new poems that I'm writing, oh, I love them. I love it. It's one of the ones though. But my thing is, like, even during this, I talk my ish, but at the end of the day, these poets are challenging me. Y'all pushing me to write some incredible and amazing stuff. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. Me creating powerful pieces where I can go out and share to everybody else. You know, when I'm saying I'm going against the chip in the poetry life, I'm really going against myself. Has nothing to do with anybody that wins champion poetry life. This about me. Like, okay, how can I up my level? What topics can I talk about that most people don't talk about? Y'all pushing me. They're like, oh man, I can't. Ooh, I got to get this pen and pad ready because they coming with some heat. So I congratulate y'all, for y'all spitting that fire. But I got one more poem for y'all. Because I've been promising everybody that I'm gonna come here and spit some of my poems. A lot of people been asking me, hold on. Okay, so Eric Curry said his signal is bad and he won't be able to join tonight, but he gives his respect. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to Eric Curry. But I have one more. And this one is kind of different. I might say I was trying something real different. So, I don't think too many people heard this one, but I'm going to give it a shot. And y'all just tell me what y'all feel about it. It's called What You Thought. They scream and shake back as I laid on cold concrete, breathing hard, trying not to panic. I don't think I can think about it's not this week. So much I have to do, so many places I have to be. For this to happen to me, Most High must be in a playful mood to allow this to take place. See, nobody think about the dangers that's lurking in the shadows. See, nobody think about your destiny, how it can be changed by making the wrong footsteps. See, I've been given signs and warnings before the destruction, and I drove right past the construction. Now, frustration of me not listening to my first mind, see, that was my first crime. To go against what was placing my thoughts. See, the sweet voice telling me don't do it, while my gut telling me this is your last shot. Excuse me, miss. As I opened the door, not knowing what was in store. I was so high from riding the devil back, I accumulated status scores. To even the score, I declared state of war against myself. But the war was against myself. See, the constant reminders of me not knowing what was placed in front of me. See, making me realize that I'm my own worst enemy. That's why I have to pray to a higher entity. And all he asks of me is consistency. Like that's something hard to do, but it is for me. Walking blindly all because I didn't want to see how great he is, even though he parted the sea. A, B, I couldn't do this without C, Christ. Then I asked myself, where did I go wrong? See, all this could have been avoided if I wasn't laying on this cold floor. See, I wanted the Most High to illuminate my way, but I wasn't allowed to see my own footsteps. He must have had tinted floors, not knowing what my life was intended for. But this is what happened when you put everything on a 10 to 4. So, what's your thoughts? And I'm gonna say this. I want to see what y'all thought I was talking about.
For me, it was movie scene.
Mm-hmm.
It was like somebody literally laying on the floor. To me, it was like, like if a camera is up close on somebody and then it's backing up slowly but surely,
Mm-hmm.
and it's opening up a scene to something. So it sounded like it was a couple of different things that was going on, but all a part of whatever that main person was doing in the middle. I don't know if he was losing his breath, trying to escape something. I don't know. It was a lot of energy with that one person.
Okay. Tiffany, what you thought? What did you get from that poem?
I kind of, in a sense, envision this person that you were talking about from bird's eye view, looking down on that person. And I do agree with exclusive. It's like this person is trying to escape. And because you brought up Christ in this, and like this person just felt that the only way to get out of this terror is by Christ, by being led by Christ.
Okay.
So that was my perception that I think that is happening.
See, and let me let y'all in on the insight. So what I did with this poem, my whole thing was to make y'all think about something totally different than what I was talking about. So I'm gonna break it down a little bit, but what I was talking about, shooting dice. The thoughts and the feelings and emotions that he was going through, shooting dice. The thought that you putting all your money on the line and you thinking, this is my last shot, but my gut's telling me this is my last shot. No, all thing I did, I disguised everything to make it feel like I was talking about something totally different, but in reality, I was talking about shooting dice.
Love it.
When I say they scream and shake back as I lay on the cold concrete and I'm breathing hard, trying not to panic, and all I think about is not this week. So many things I gotta do, so many places I gotta be for this to happen to me. The Most High must be in a playful mood. Then I said nobody think about the dangers that's lurking in the shadows. See, nobody think about how your destiny be changed by making the wrong footsteps. See, I didn't see signs and warnings before the destruction, and I drove right past the constructions. Then I went in talking about the frustration of me not listening to my first mind. See, that was my first crime, to go against what I was go against my own thoughts. See, a sweet voice is telling me don't do it, while my gut's telling me this is your last shot. All that is what's going on in my head when I'm shooting dice. All my money's on the line. Like, I can't lose I can't go home being broke. My wife is not gonna understand that. Not this week. No, I need that money. A, B, I couldn't do without C, Christ. I couldn't win without him. I didn't believe. But I couldn't do it without Christ. When you win, like, oh, thank you, God. When you win something, you be like, thank you, God, I won. Woo! Woo, I was sweating. See, and that's why, like I said, your writing, your technique, your how you can disguise certain things that you can talk about. Y'all would never thought I was talking about shooting dice. So, that's why, I'm trying to get people to understand, like, try different techniques, something that you're not accustomed to. Play with words, create a storyline. Hey, I have a poem called A Girl Named Joy. Now, this never happened to me, but I didn't hear stories. And I'm gonna give y'all a little breakdown about the poem or what it is. Then maybe next time we get on here, I can recite it. I gotta find that poem. A girl, it's called A Girl Named Joy, but it's a girl named Joy, and in the beginning of the poem, she was being raped by her father. So she tried to tell her mother, but her mother didn't want to listen to her. She didn't want to understand her, and she just kept on, playing her to the left, like, nah, that ain't happen. But then she got pregnant. So when she got pregnant, she tried to tell her mother, and her mother was saying, "You just fat, you lying." So whenever she gave birth, she heard a bang and a loud and gun smoke. And in one of my lines, I said, she heard a bang and see nothing but gun smoke. With no baby, no father, no baby daddy, she had no one to blame. And when she gave birth, she named him Pain. So that whole poem, I'm going off the flip of joy and pain. So when she was going through this, she gave birth and she named her son Pain. Now her mama disowned her. So she went out on her own, stripping. She went to stripping at a young age just to try to make money because she had nothing else to do. She had to provide for this baby. No one else helped her. So she took a different route in life. She quit school. Then she went from stripping to prostitution because she needed more money to take. He was getting older. Then as the story grew, when she was getting older, he was getting older and older. See, he seen a lot of men in and out of the house, so he had a lot of questions to ask. So then it came to the end of the poem. When I'm talking to her, I'm having a conversation with her, like, dry your eyes because you're truly a blessing. Okay, you didn't finish school, but life was so less. I call you Wonder Woman, but you still, to empower her. And at the end of the poem, like, man, look, you made it through all this. You have a story to tell. A lot of people try to get rid of pain, but pain you kept. A lot of people will try to get out of that situation. And it was just the double entendre when you try to get rid of pain, like you don't want pain no more, but pain was her son, so pain she kept. So, then at the last, I say I had one question to ask. For you to be named Joy, how can you go through so much pain? So, that whole story poem was to tell a story about a young chick going through so many trials and tribulations, but she still made it out on top. And that's just a testament to say, no matter what we're going through in life, we can prevail. When we make it to another day, we have another day to change the situation. Only way you don't get to make that chance if you're not living. So every day that you live, you have a chance to change what happened yesterday and be greater than what you was. Don't let your past or your situation condemn you to your future. Because honestly, like, this is me just being transparent. Like, I'm a transparent poet. Like, everything that I've been through, I could have blamed everybody else. Oh, they did this, they did that, and that's why I turned out the way I turned out. But I had to come to a realization, like, I had to take accountability for myself. I had to stop blaming people for, because they did this, I had to do that. No, I did that because I wanted to, or I had to. So, I couldn't blame anybody else for my bad mistakes. So I had to own up to that. So by me owning up to that, made me realize, okay, let me stop blaming these people. Let me get on my grind. Let me focus on me and what I need to do. How can I change myself to be better? Because by me blaming people, It's not changing no situation. So just like the girl named Joy, she fought through all that. Even her mother turned her back because she felt like she took her husband from her. Through all the stripping, prostitution, and raising him on his own and going through all that, she still survived. She still pressed through. So, that's what I'm saying. Like, even with our poetry, push through. Be as great as you can possibly be. Who said that you can't be greater? Exclusive. Who said that you can't be the best poet in the world? Who say that you can't be on stage rocking thousands of people in the crowd? I see that happening. I see you on stage doing your poetry for the masses. They sitting there waiting on you to spit your poetry. Your material is that great. Phineas' material is that great. Adonis' material is that great. Zion, her poetry that great. Nikki Royale, her poetry is that great. It's just reaching to another level. So I'm not trying to hold y'all too long because y'all know I can talk. And just because this is what I do, I talk. But y'all have anything else to say before we leave this wonderful platform?
I'm excited. That's it. I'm excited to gather. I'm excited to be determined to do something different, to memorize, to y'all don't even understand. Now I'm making people. I'm like, hey, listen to this real quick and tell me what you think. Hey, do this for me right quick and tell me what you think. So again, I thank you for opening up the platform for me to even introduce to my old heads my new life and them kind of porting in and enjoying it. Now they chasing me down. When's the next live? When you gonna do your next thing? So it's exciting for me to even present it to people who knew me from a different time, a different character, in a different place, to morph the two. I'm just excited to give birth to this version or
Okay.
rebirth to this version. So
Right.
we here now, baby.
Most definitely. Tiffany is on you.
Man, how do you go after that? I love your spirit. That just gave me chills.
Look, let them use ya.
I'm stunning our boob.
Cause don't start now. Don't be nice. Uh-uh. You
Look,
know
I
you
should have
can't
bought
be
a
dropping them.
Honda.
Y'all can't be dropping them feelings in a small space.
Look.
About to get me crying on here.
Most definitely, most definitely, most definitely. But before y'all leave, I'm blessing with one more poem that I have memorized to give y'all a full effect of TK the poet and what y'all might be experiencing this final round. This poem is one of the ones that I have in my mental that I have locked down because it is one of the ones. So I'm gonna get right into it, and after that, we can get up out of here. So one more poem from TK the poet. Here we go. Headshot. Bow. Another black man goes down by the hands of the KKK disguised as the police. See, they kill us and control us to make us weak. They even taking over our families by executing a black man so a young black man can grow up without a representation of a black man. So they can push their white agenda so we want to oppose them. See, I say sink or swim, fight until we break all limbs because they're not going to stop until they feel like they done. Well, if they want to live by the gun, I'll make sure they die by one. You can't fight fire with fire. Way by the water until we drown them out. Kill one of us, we can fight back at the whole family. Empathy? No, I'm trying to make you an amputee. Understand there's gonna be some casualties, but we have to do way more to put George Floyd on a casualty. And I know it sounds messed up, but we've been provoked. They've been killing us for 500 years. They want to point the gun and fire. So now they're going to get all the smoke. They went from killing us from ropes to lock us up with no hope, to instill us to be broke. Then once we get a little money, it think it makes us one of them. See, I say sink or swim, get down or lay down, because we'll never be one of them. We are Israel. We are chosen. That's why they hate us, because they not us. The Most High love us. That's why they hate us. We was in our own land until they stole us. Then they brought us here and tell us that they're going to give us justice. I say, no, see, they lock us up and kill us so they justice it for just us. And it's crazy how we can't spend money we can't spend money with each other without trying to get over each other. Listen, y'all, my beautiful sisters and brothers, support the brother and not the other. Because once we gain control of the narrative, but first we have to understand our heritage. And yes, Black lives do matter, but it gotta matter us first. But first, we gotta break the curse, stop the hurt, because too many of our people are laying in the dirt. So stop letting them whittle into us into a mentality that lead us into fatality. But honestly, we're way more powerful than we know, but they know.
Dope. I love it. Here's the thing. This is what it's I have to get the animation. It's storytelling at its
Mm-hmm.
finest, and I love it. This performance thing is what I'm excited to
Mm-hmm.
learn and embody
Mm-hmm.
because it's in my head the whole entire time. Like I can't write without having a mental movie. What I want to do is direct and star in it for
Mm-hmm.
myself. And that is the part I'm most excited about. I want to embody what I say because mentally it's there. Physically,
Mm-hmm.
I freeze.
Mm. But you know
So
what with
I can't.
me, when it comes to performance, like I love what I do. And the words that it takes me time learning what to say, how to say it. But once I continue to keep going over and over, I try to embody that and just get and feed into the emotion. Whatever the emotion that that poem is, or at the time, maybe like sometimes I might not even be in that same mood or the same emotion, but I read it over and over until like I can get in that mindset. And once I get in that mindset, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Like I'm
Mhm.
this is what I have to give to y'all.
Mhm.
So like just being in that moment, and you know what else to help you too? Well, at least help me. Just being in front of people and then reacting and loving the words that you saying. That just give you more energy. They give, like I'm telling you, like that's like a drug that nobody even thought about or even captured in a pill form. Just being in front of
Mhm.
that stage and getting that energy from the people that you're speaking to, and they just cheering you on, like, and they giving you feedback and stuff like that. And like, okay, this really resonated with them.
Mhm.
So that just giving you the energy, like, okay, yeah. And sometimes you get so hypey, like, oh, I forgot my last line.
Ah,
Look,
snap. Yeah,
so
that. Um, excuse me. I don't even know where that came from, but I'm I'm super excited. I'm excited to embodying what's on paper is my next level challenge for
mm-hmm,
myself. I feel like once I can kind of get that out the way, so I can have a conversation and do
mm-hmm,
all of that.
mm-hmm,
I think the memorization, you guys were kind of giving that when you were discussing performance. When you have to look, when you have to go back and forth, it kind of takes
mm-hmm,
away from you being able to allow your words to possess you.
mm-hmm,
And so now it's like I'm eager to learn how to freestyle these things from off the dome because I can literally do that when it's not all eyes on me. And I have to forget in the respectful way. I have to forget the people
mm-hmm,
in the moment. You know
mm-hmm,
what I mean? So that I'm more comfortable peopling. So all of this has just been dope.
mm-hmm,
I can't even scratch the surface. It's all been dope, and everything
mm-hmm.
that it's creating is going to be a monster.
Look.
So I'm just excited. I'm
But I
excited.
mean, shout out to you because you have, Poetry Light members that rooting for you, man. Like,
Excited.
like they feel like you to go. They feel like you're gonna win. So and that's a good feeling to for people to believe in you. You have people
Yeah,
that believe in you, believe in your work, believe in your material. Like that is an
I'm
awesome
excited.
feeling. Like, but
I'm
man,
excited.
look,
Yeah, I'm excited. I have a friend here now who's trying to get me to enter open mic night before I take off from
yes, you have to. You have to. Hey,
before I leave. I'm like,
look,
what? She's like, no, I'm gonna sign you up. I just want you to show up. I'm like, girl, she's
yes.
like, Yeah, because hold on, I'm sorry. She's like, yeah, you haven't done this at home yet. What a better way before you
Yeah,
go than to
you
do an
got
open
to.
mic night. So yeah, she trying to talk me into this thing like this week.
Look, I'm telling you, like when I was traveling for my job, and
Hmm.
they had me in Ohio, so I found an open mic night in Ohio. Like I got to give these people in Ohio this work. Like then I went to
Oh my
Kentucky.
God.
I had to find an open night in Kentucky. Like I had to give y'all this work. Y'all, before I leave this state, y'all gonna have to
I
hear
got
me.
to give y'all this work. Oh my gosh.
Like,
Yeah, I'm trying to take it as that. I figure, and look, even and look, it's now or never. And
mm,
it's interesting the things that certain people say because it's all collectively coming together. The
mm,
more positive things that are connecting or being repeated, it's energy. It's canceling out the things that you hear prior to that may
mm,
be in that great area. So it's
right.
literally life. It's foliage, and I'm excited. I can't
Most
wait to see, like I said, what type of monster it's going to continue to create. But I'm all for it.
Most definitely, most definitely. But I'm not gonna hold you any more long. I greatly appreciate you coming on this platform and letting people see your wonderful face. So we here. Last
We
round. This is the
her.
last week. This is the last week.
Yes,
Mm.
God.
And I can't wait for you to get back in town. So we can party and kick it. So I have a lot of great
Absolutely.
things. So I'm waiting for you to get back to the Triple D, man. But
Absolutely. I'll let you know as soon as I touch down. But yeah, I'll be in the air on Friday. I mean, in the air on Saturday. I'll be officially home, God willing, on Sunday. But I will definitely let you know for
okay.
sure when I touch back down in Texas.
Most definitely. But do you have anything you want to tell the people about yourself or shout out anything that you're doing or what
Oh
you got
my
going
God.
on?
Just keep me encouraged, you guys. Just keep me encouraged. If you know me, if you see me, follow. Let me know that you're out there. Let me know that you are feeling what I'm putting out there, and I will continue to do so. I'm new to the game, but I'm not a lost player. So all is well. Just continue to be fuel for the fire. Even if you're not, I'm still gonna keep going. But it's just interesting to meet new people, to hear how you feel and how you vibe and all of that. So I'm just looking forward to what doors open, and who walks through and where I get to walk as well.
Okay, okay, most definitely. Well, congratulations for you making this far and shout out to Exclusive. Portrait Light. We
Yeah,
members, we here. I holla at you.
holla.
So yeah. Y'all know what it is. It's TK the Poet. Before we get out of here, we got to shout out Glenn Kitchen. Y'all have to go get that wonderful food. Hey, it is great. They got salmon. Mm. I have to. I love salmon. I do eat salmon, so I'm gonna have to go out there and I have to try that salmon. But y'all hit the Cash App. Y'all know what it is. Cash App, TK the Poet. Support, man. Hey, I can't say any better. We giving y'all dope material, and everything y'all donate goes to the poets. Hey, so it's all about giving back, support. But y'all already know it's TK the Poet. You already know, so you ain't got to quote. And if I spoke it, you already know what that means. Y'all wrote it, and we out here. Poetry life. Let's go.